That's why man, I'm really sad no one took me up on any of those bets earlier in the year. People making stupid, crazy calls about Bitcoin being at 100K by the end of this year. It's like you're out of your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
In fact, I mean, at this point, will Bitcoin even be at 20K by the end of the year is probably a reasonable debate.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think that it will be. I think we're seeing a lot of turbulence right now from, post SBF, FTX meltdown. Um, that being said, I mean, I know there's kind of two narratives out there, which I think would be cool to talk about and get a clip out of, which is you've got some people saying that there's a lot more contagion than we even know about because, FTX was touching pretty much every aspect of the crypto industry.
I do
And
kind of agree based on what I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah, I mean, people are just thinking, like there's nuclear fallout and we haven't seen it yet. Which is entirely possible, but at the same time, things in crypto tend to blow up very quickly, and you tend to
Oh
have
yeah,
that very quick blow up and then a slow and steady kind of recovery from it. You don't usually
yeah,
see prolonged blow ups.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. A lot of people thought like, that the sell-off we got last week will be it. Other people are expecting more. I mean, I personally was hoping for more. I got orders sitting lower for Bitcoin that, big orders where if they don't get filled, then I didn't really buy too much on this dip,
Yeah,
um, percentage wise. But it'll be interesting. I mean, obviously there had to be some kind of relief because, you get oversold and at some point sellers run out of steam. So, we've been consolidating now the last week and starting to form like a little range, especially as like the short-term moving averages catch up in terms of just like the charts. But yeah, I mean, in reality, we could easily bounce right back up to 19 just with a couple decent green days. I mean, we're at 17 right now, so. But again, like you said, it'll be kind of contingent on if we see any more, kind of skeletons fall out of the
right.
closet,
Yeah.
from FTX was basically like this big tidal wave, that caused a storm surge, and now the tide's going out, and we're finding out, who's swimming naked. Apparently,
Right.
BlockFi had nothing but a G-string on.
Yeah, I mean, BlockFi, I actually wrote an article on it because I was a pretty avid user of BlockFi. And essentially, I mean, they had like a complete, it was crazy because basically through the Three Arrows Capital and other crisis, BlockFi went completely bankrupt earlier this year, a few months back, and after the whole Luna crash. And then what happened was they got bailed out by SBF and FTX, and they got like I think it was
Irony.
like yeah, it's the irony is hilarious, and they got like a $250 million line of credit. So I don't think they ended up using all of that line of credit. And then I think the other issue was, and this is something I don't remember if it was confirmed or not, but I think a former BlockFi employee came out and said
Oh
that
yeah, I
during
saw
that
that.
time, you saw that during that time, they said that after the whole line of credit thing and acquisition talks with FTX and SBF, they were pressuring, FTX was pressuring BlockFi to move all of their assets, all of the customer funds to the FTX platform. And some other information has come out that FTX did that with Voyager and all these other platforms that they bailed out. They actually were bailing out the platforms and telling them to move all their capital.
Saving them so they could basically
Right.
just get access to their users' capital so they could
Exactly.
lever up even more.
Right. It was basically what it's looking like. And obviously we need more info to come out. It's looking like a huge Ponzi scheme that SBF was running to basically find anything he could get his hands on in terms of money and convince it to move to FTX. And that includes the employees. So apparently a bunch of the employees were kind of pressured and kind of felt obligated to hold most of their money on FTX. And they were getting paid on the FTX platform. And that definitely would have been a red flag to know, but I don't think anybody really knew about it.
Bananas.
So yeah, so really it just looks like SBF was kind of running this massive Ponzi scheme that was all organized around getting capital to flow into FTX and never leave it. Because obviously if you're over leveraged and you're losing money That's what's going to happen. And he kept claiming, him and a lot of other people kept claiming that Alameda was just printing money from their market maker and just making absurd quantities of money, like tens of millions of dollars on a daily basis. So a lot of people thought that FTX was like completely solvent, and there was a reason why they had so much capital to be going out and bailing out people, and that was because Alameda was just like this printing machine in the Bahamas, and it was just giving FTX money all the time. But it turns out that wasn't even true. So, so it's kind of funny. It's funny, and it's also concerning that nobody really saw this coming. I mean, the fact that one guy was able to come into the industry
Right.
just really over the last like 2 years, 2 or 3 years.
Listen, I blame it all on Tom Brady because, he did a TikTok with Brady live in the Bahamas. So that was it. After that, he had credibility with the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean, it's really wild. It's really wild. I still can't really believe that a blow up of that magnitude just kind of went under the radar, but it did.
I can't believe how fast it happened. I mean, you want to talk about a rise and a fall. I mean, it was like if you really think about it, like in terms of like the volatile rise and fall, it was literally like a 2-year thing.
Right. I don't know. It's really like and I feel like there's a lot of conspiracy theories coming out about it because of how fast it all happened. Like it was like nobody had heard of this guy named SBF. Suddenly he was the Warren Buffett of crypto, and now he's gone. And it's like it's almost hard to believe it. So I feel like people are coming up with all these conspiracy theories about how he was like a part of like a US probe designed to like essentially blow up the crypto industry from the inside. And people are finding all these connections. Like I think that one girl that was like, the head of something at Alameda, who also apparently dated SBF, is the daughter of Gary Gensler's former boss.
Yeah.
I saw that and I
Posted
was
that
like,
tweet,
this is just, yeah, I was like, this is just like, people are really drawing at things, but I don't know. Anything at this point, anything could be true.